As accused serial killer Anthony Sowell awaits trial, an exclusive 5 on Your Side investigation tonight uncovers thousands of other unsolved murders across Ohio. It's a joint investigation involving 22 newspapers and TV stations operated by our parent company, EW Scripps. On Your Side investigator Ron Regan joins us with what he's found. Ron?
Well, Danita, Sowell could be a link to other unsolved murders. But nationwide, police used to solve 90% of them back in the 1960s. Today, that number has dropped dramatically. 1 of every 3 murders goes unsolved.
To come home.
He was the face of evil on Imperial Avenue.
Jesus is on.
11 women murdered by a suspected serial killer. Now police are pouring through files to find out whether Sowell is connected to other unsolved murders. More than 5,000 over the last 30 years remain unsolved across the state.
Nothing can bring back Mary Ann.
She remembers the night when she and her best friend were ordered into a pickup truck at gunpoint and driven to a deserted alley. Her friend raped and murdered. She was left for dead, and the crime remained unsolved for nearly 30 years.
He won't be able to murder or rape anybody else again.
That's because a special cold case squad cracked the case. Cuyahoga County prosecutor Bill Mason launched it 4 years ago.
In Ohio, I think we are the only cold case unit that exists.
And since then, 9 cases have been solved.
Those families now know what happened to their loved ones, which brings justice to their homes.
Since 1980, there are more than 1,000 unsolved murders in Cuyahoga County alone. And Cleveland police solved just 51% from 2000 to 2008. Crime experts say Cleveland is not alone.
There are certain departments over a 35-year period who have maintained high clearance rates for their homicides relative to other departments, whereas far too many other departments have seen that rate decrease.
Nationwide, 185,000 remain unsolved since 1980.
The accumulation of these 185,000 unsolved homicides occurs in about 2/3 of police departments. The other 1/3 continue to do a good job and have high clearance rates. And that says to me, if a third of our departments can perform well, even as homicides have changed, then all of them can do better.
For example, Philadelphia police went from a 55 to 75% clearance in just 2 years.
It's working the homicides diligently, day in, day out.
Now, Cleveland police disagree with the FBI's data and say their clearance rate is closer to 65.3%, and that's a little better than the national average. Still, cities like Denver and San Diego solve more than 90% of their murders, and crime experts say it can be done. Now, here's how you can learn about unsolved murders right in your own neighborhood. Log on to newsnet5.com, and you're going to see the link to our reports. Now, you can find out how well your police department is doing. Read FBI case files on unsolved murders in your area, and maybe even help crack the case. We have the facts for every city, every police department, and even details of every murder since 1980. It is a wealth of information, and all you have to do is log on to newsnet5.com to find it out. I'm investigator Ron Regan.